Hey guys, another video for our Nature and Environment in Japan playlist. One of our patrons was talking about our little bamboo forest recently, so we thought that person, and maybe one or two other people, might be interested in having a closer look at the bamboo. Particularly if you haven't lived with bamboo before, you might be interested in some of this. So some of you already know that there's some species of bamboo that's very quick to spread. And if you don't do something about it, it'll just take over the whole place. Some bamboo doesn't spread apparently, but this one is one of the ones that does. And when the shoots are small, they're really soft and really easy to break off. So we don't want it to spread across the whole garden because we use the garden for other things. So when they're really small like this, you can just snap them off. So this is the time to do it. When you first see them popping up, we just snap them off. And they grow really quickly. Within a couple of weeks, they'll get to a couple of meters high. They grow really fast. Just one straight pole, so they don't give off any branches at first. They'll just grow up 2, 3, 4 meters, sometimes 8 meters, 10 meters, straight up with no branches at all. And they stay soft. They're like a big asparagus. So even though it might be 8, 10 meters tall, when it's still new and still hasn't got branches on it, it'll be soft and you can just break it off and then just break it across your knee into little pieces, and very easy to deal with. So you can see a couple of meters tall, 3 meters tall, and not real old. They just shoot up in summer. Just amazing. So this one's probably a season old. It's probably maybe a year. So the ones on the outside of the little forest, obviously the newer ones, the ones in the centre are older and harder. So this is probably about a year old, this one. And it's probably 10, 12 meters high. And you can see the branches on it. So it's started to grow its branches. So that will mean it'll also be more dense and stronger. So if you wait till they get to this point, you want to take one down. This is where they start to use them for stuff. They use them for fencing. They use them for reinforcement in the walls that we showed you before. The walls of our old farmhouse have got bamboo in them. Try and hit them with an axe. It usually bounces off. Even if you've got a really sharp one, it's pretty bouncy stuff. It'll tend to split rather than cut. And it splits lengthways, so that's no good to you. So some sort of cutting device is usually better, like a saw. A little Japanese saw. It cuts on the pull rather than on the push. That's a pretty sharp one too, but you can see it's pretty hard work to get through it. It's like hard wood. It feels like wood when you're cutting it. And as you'll see in a minute, it looks like wood. So it's seriously strong stuff. You know, there's some countries where they use bamboo for the scaffold on the outside of high-rise buildings. It's super strong. If we need a strong pole for something, we'll go and cut an aged piece out of there, a length of pole, and seriously strong. Those fibers really close together, really, really hard like wood, and then the little segments give it added strength. It's like a naturally strong material. So if we need a strong pole for something, we've got lots of them. We can just pick the size that we want, basically. So this is a pretty good tool too, like a giant cutter, long handles, as you can see. This will work up to a certain diameter on the ones that aren't too old. The ones that are older and thicker, this thing's got no hope. So we do use that quite a bit, that thing, on the new ones and the thinner ones. So yeah, we love the bamboo. It's beautiful. As we mentioned on a previous video, in summer when it's really hot, if you sit in the shade, as the wind passes through the bamboo, it really cools. So it's beautiful. Sitting in the shade of the bamboo on a hot day is a pleasure. So yeah, we love the bamboo forest. Anyway, that was that. More videos coming soon.